since we watched Trick or Treat, it did come out in 2007. So hopefully everybody has seen this already, but be warned, this is just, letting you know there will be spoilers. This whole episode will be spoilers. So if you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. What have you been doing for the past few years if you haven't watched it? And then come back and watch this. Okay. So we're back again with generational trauma, and I am Kylan, otherwise known as Elizabeth on YouTube, and you guys are
Isabella.
I'm Haley.
And who are you guys again, just in case people didn't see the last episode?
I am your daughter.
I'm the girlfriend. So
cool. All right, so this time around we watched Trick or Treat. And the girls have not seen this movie before, so this is their first time of watching it. And just to refresh everybody's memory, just in case you forgot, or if you didn't see the last episode, they don't really watch scary movies of their own accord. But it seems like you guys have been recently, and last year around this time too. Have you guys watched anything besides Trick or Treat this year?
We haven't been watching a whole lot.
We watched like the Disney Halloween movies.
Yeah, watched Haunted Mansion, watched Halloween Town, and
have we watched any? Oh, we watched Hellraiser last night.
Oh, the new Hellraiser.
Yeah, the new one.
Just to verify.
Not
the old one.
Not the old one. It was okay.
My mom said it was really different than the old one.
Yeah.
It was different. Yeah. I had a friend of mine, Madison, she asked me if she should watch it. And I was like, oh, the storyline kind of sucks. I was like, but the Cenobites look really cool. They did a good job with the makeup. And then, yeah, that's about it though. I like the Cenobites and that's it. Okay, so we're going to talk about Trick or Treat. I am not going to try and read it this time because it is dark in this room and I can't see what it says on the back because I'm old and I have old lady eyes. But basically, Bella, Haley, do you guys kind of want to give a little summary of what the movie's about?
It's a few different stories that are more intertwined as the film goes on. It's about Halloween spirit, I guess. Mm-hmm. And I guess also like there's other historical creepy things that have happened in the town. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Haley, do you want to help her?
There's so much going on in it that it's hard to pick like a single plot line.
It's about Sam.
Yeah.
And who do you guys think Sam is?
No clue.
What do you mean?
What?
I don't know. I think he's more or less, just from my point of view, I think he's probably like the spirit of Halloween.
Oh,
kind of like, it reminds me a little bit of, like A Christmas Carol with all the different ghosts of Christmas, like Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas like future and stuff. So I kind of feel like he's kind of like the spirit of Halloween.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So tell me something that you guys enjoyed about the movie and something that you didn't care for.
Do you want me to go first?
I can go first. I don't want you to steal my thing.
Okay.
I liked the fact that there were like multiple stories, and the more that you watched it, the more they like intertwined with each other. Mm-hmm. I like movies like that. But it was one of those movies where you had to like really pay attention to know what was happening, or else it just didn't make sense.
Yeah, because it was very intertwined. And like, I know, I'm not sure if you guys, because I've seen this movie a bunch of times. Actually, Bella, your grandfather is the one that told me about this movie when it first came out. So something about the movie this year, when it originally was released, I think in 2007, it didn't get a theatrical release. I think it went straight to, I could be wrong, but it went straight to like the movie channels and stuff like that on cable. And it might even went straight to like DVD. I'm not sure. But that's where Grandpa saw it. It was on like HBO or something. And he's like, oh, you gotta watch this movie. It's really good. I was like, okay. And I watched it and I really liked it. But because it didn't get a theatrical release when it first was released, this is the first year that they released it in the movie theaters. So that is why it is really hard this year to find it on a streaming platform. So yeah, which I have the Blu-ray, but you know, for people that don't just like stream it, it is a little bit harder to find. Where'd you guys find it?
It was on sale on Amazon.
Oh, you guys bought it?
Yeah, it was
My
like
mom bought
$2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why you can't, like, I'm pretty sure it's been on Shudder before. I'm also pretty sure it's been on Netflix before. Like I said, it came out in 2007, so it's older now, which that's kind of weird to think that it's that old. But let me just double check to see if I am correct. So yeah, 2007 is when it was released. So yeah, it's pretty old now since it's 2022. But yeah, so it's kind of cool that they finally released it on, in the theater. It originally started out as an animated short, and then they turned it into like a full-length movie. But it's really cute. There's not really a story behind it. I'll probably cut this part out, but you guys should watch it. It's cute. It's just a little cartoon of Sam. Yeah. But it's on the I sent it to both of you, so it should be
the group chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, started out as that. This is also made by the same people that made Krampus, which if we continue to do this, I might have you guys watch that too. That's one of my favorite Christmas movies. What's that?
I've never seen that one.
It's good. It's good. Do you know who Toni Collette is?
No.
Oh, I bet your mom does. She's a really good actress. I want to say recently started doing kind of horror movies in the past couple of years. I don't think she did many horror movies before. I think she did like dramas and rom-coms, and then she did this series called United States of Terror where she played a woman that had multiple personalities. Oh, you know who that is? Okay, well, she's in Krampus and she's really good, so we'll check that out. What, Beth?
Is she in Knives Out? Have you seen that movie?
Yes.
Is she in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like her.
Yeah, she's really good. She got really big in the horror community because she did Hereditary, and that's a psychological.
Haley's mom wanted to watch.
She wanted to watch that last night. Actually.
Yeah.
You what?
Haley's mom wanted to watch that last night.
If you guys watch it, be prepared. It is slow. So okay. So what was something, Haley, that you didn't like or you think they could have done better?
I think they could have made it, I don't want to say like easier to follow, but it kept like going back and forth in like the night, which makes sense, I guess. But
yeah,
just the
I will say, like if you watch it more than once, you start to catch things. Like I really liked it the first time I saw it, but like I said, I've seen it a bunch of times. Like when the principal is talking to the grumpy neighbor next door, like through the fence, and then you see him in the window and then something like grabs him. I didn't notice that in the beginning. So like when I saw it, I was like, what? So yeah, there's a lot of things that, if you watch it again, you'll catch. And Bella, what was something that you liked about the movie?
I really liked the werewolf story. Like that was probably my favorite story. Because at first I've never seen a werewolf story where they peel off their skin.
It's all girls.
Yeah, and where it's
and
all
that too,
girls.
Yeah.
Where that just, I don't know, it really
That one took us by surprise.
Yeah, that one really caught me by surprise that they peeled off their skin, because at first I thought they were just vampires, but then it was a nice surprise.
I thought they were just horny teenagers. I didn't get any type
I mean, I did too when I first saw it. And then it's funny, like when I was watching it this time to kind of refresh my memory, I noticed some of the things that the girls were saying to each other. And I was like, oh, because like when the one girl was like, well, remember that was the year I had Mexican. And I was like, Okay. And then there was another part where I believe it was like supposed to be her sister was
Mhm.
talking about how their mom always called her the runt of the litter.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what
Yeah.
when they like broke out into like werewolfness. I was like,
Mhm.
should call her the runt.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
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 I
I like
I actually really like the scene where the little kid you had posted on your Instagram story of the little kids knocking on the door of the task for those pumpkins,
Mhm.
and the lady's like super drunk. Mm,
Mhm.
look good
She's
in
like,
this.
want a drink?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that part was really funny.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
I liked that, or the thought of, I always love like in movies when they show like small towns or whatever having like a huge Halloween celebration and how everybody's in on it. I was like, oh, it makes me so jealous. I wish I lived in a place like that. But you can see how it like works out in the one guy's favor, the killer guy.
The
'Cause, you
principal.
know, mhm,
Yeah.
I liked
yeah.
his story the most.
Really, I didn't like it.
The
I thought
what?
I liked his story the most because
Mhm.
it's like kind of fun, like he's like trying to like hide burying the body from his kid because the kid like keeps like trying to talk to him through the window.
But then you
And then like
find
at
out
the end,
that,
it's like the head with his kid, like gotta help
yeah,
you guys. So cute.
yeah. I know it's funny because like you think he's trying to like keep it from his kid, and then
Yeah.
obviously no, his kid's just like him. They just
Yeah.
So weird.
yeah. And Bella, you said you knew who the one kid was?
Oh
The
yeah,
kid.
so the kid that he ended up killing or like poisoning at first,
Mhm,
that was throwing up. He's in the movie Bad Santa. You can just
mhm.
I could just tell by his hair. I was like, I think that's him. And
Yep.
yeah, I double checked and it was.
Mhm.
And the principal that killed him is in the movie Fido. He looked really familiar, so I also looked where he was, what other things he's worked on.
I forgot I had you watch that.
Yeah,
Yep.
you might.
Have you made Haley watch that yet?
Mm-mm. You want to
It's
tell her
about, you did tell her?
No, I said, do you want to tell her what it's about?
Oh, it's kind of like, I think it's supposed to be set like in the 50s, with like housewives and all that sort of thing, but something happened and there's zombies now. But the people with more money have zombies for pets.
Mm.
Yeah.
And this one family has a zombie for a pet, and they name him Fido.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's about all I'll say. Yeah, it's not scary. It's funny. It's also kind of sad if you think about it, but it's interesting. And it has I can't remember the actress's name, but the lead actress in The Matrix that plays Trinity. She's the mom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so how did you guys feel since we watched the last movie we watched was Creepshow 2? How do you guys feel about the special effects in this makeup in comparison to the special effects in this movie in comparison to like one made in the 80s that we recently watched?
Much better.
Yeah, definitely much better. I mean, just based on other movies we've seen though, like
There's no blankets and water.
Yeah,
What?
There's no blankets or tarps and water in this one.
Right.
But I mean, it seemed that it's obviously like slightly budgeted. Like like you said, it wasn't in theaters or anything like that. It just went straight to TV. So the throwing up of the kid is pretty dramatic. Yeah.
We couldn't tell if it was chocolate or blood at first.
Yeah.
I think it was supposed to be both.
That's what I thought.
Because it looked like he was just,
It's really dark until it got on my shirt.
Yeah. And as much as I did like the werewolf, the werewolf story, they
looked stupid.
their fur, you could tell it was very fake and stuff. I mean, I'm not expecting to see something super realistic, but
I don't think I've ever seen a realistic werewolf like in a movie.
So I don't know if you guys will ever watch this one, but one of the what's considered the best werewolf transformation is, maybe I'll just send you the transformation clip so you guys can watch it. But what's considered cinematically the best werewolf transformation is American Werewolf in London. So, what was your favorite story?
The werewolf one.
That was your favorite?
Yeah, that one was my favorite.
My favorite was the principal
The
Which
principal?
in the very beginning.
just the story with the kid.
Yeah.
Because he was the guy that was killed in the werewolf story too. So
Mhm.
Yeah, he was.
yeah. I thought it was funny that he said he had a date.
Yeah.
That's what the date ended up being.
Well, no. Remember, he was at the parade.
Oh, right.
And he killed that girl in the alley.
Yeah.
That's why, like I was saying, that the Halloween festivities, makes it easy to hide something like that. Because, there's all kinds of people covered in blood. There's,
That's true. That's true.
I thought that was pretty.
I didn't care so much for the story of the school bus and the bus driver.
Oh, really?
Oh, and like the cemetery. I thought it was sad.
It was very sad. I don't know. It just, as much as I like that story, it didn't seem to go along with the rest of it as much.
There was the other thing, to bring it back to the werewolf story. You remember when they were trying on their costumes in the costume shop?
Mhm.
And the little boy was, being a little peeping Tom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's the little boy that played Sam.
Oh.
And granted, it's not the same character. They just used him for both parts.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
He was little.
Yeah, he's small. And one of the things that I find like most hilarious in horror movies is when it's children fighting adults.
Yeah,
think
that is funny.
because they just get thrown across the room, or like,
Yeah.
that's what makes me laugh. I think
Yeah. Yeah, when he was well, I'm not sure if it was actually him fighting the older man in that scene, because I don't know how like safety and regulations and all that stuff works. But one of my favorite parts about that scene that I don't know, I thought was pretty cool, that also makes me think that he's supposed to be like the spirit of Halloween, was that when he shot him and his hand blew off, he's like filled with pumpkin guts.
Yeah.
I was like, I like that. I thought
No, that
a
was
cool
cool too.
idea.
You saw his like face, and it's like
It's
a
weird.
creepy jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his eyes were all like
Mhm.
triangle shaped, kind of. Yeah, it was a cool makeup. Yeah. He's a fun character. Yeah. Let's see, what else do we have? So I guess this says, in the School Bus Massacre Revisited, which I guess is the name of that scene, with the kids, the 1958 Plymouth Fury from the movie Christine can be seen.
Oh.
I did not know that. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Now I have to watch just to see. So, you can tell that the people that created this definitely are fans of horror. So, that was John Carpenter did the movie of Christine, and Stephen King wrote it. So, it was a nod to them.
I'm just curious as to why the directors or creators of the movie didn't involve Sam in the story of the children going down to like the ditch where the bus was, and
Mhm.
I mean, he was there, he watched it happen, but
Mhm.
watched the entire thing. I just want to know why he wasn't more involved in that one than.
That's a good idea. Or a good observation. I think I was thinking about that while I was watching it, because at the end, when she came up the elevator from the quarry, that he was just sitting there.
Yeah.
So obviously he wasn't going to do anything to her. I'm assuming because Noodle, because she obviously had Halloween spirit. She carved all those jack-o'-lanterns and all of that. I think that he knew about the ghosts, so he wasn't going to do anything because there's no need. Kind of same reason why he didn't necessarily kill the old man.
Yeah. And
He just tormented him because he was a, kind of like a Scrooge type character, but to Halloween.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I mean, Sam also wasn't involved in the werewolf story. He watched them
Mhm.
just like,
Yeah, I think he's more of like an observer.
yeah.
But if someone doesn't have the Halloween spirit or is kind of like a Grinch towards Halloween, then he'll do something like that lady in the beginning that blew out the jack-o'-lantern before Halloween was over.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I also in the beginning, so I like that actress. She's in some Marvel stuff, and
Okay.
she's also plays the wife in Talladega Nights.
She's in rom-coms too.
Yeah. So
Right.
she's like, I like her. I think she's like funny and good at acting. So when I saw her in the beginning, I thought she was gonna have play more of a part.
They like
I mean,
skipped over her.
No, they murdered her in the
No,
beginning.
I know,
Yeah.
but they like it was like very. I understand
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Yeah, her story wasn't very long. So
Mhm.
that was kind of disappointing, but
Yeah.
I think her death was pretty gruesome. So yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. I like in the werewolf story how how, you know, like you said, that they were all girls, but they all use their femininity or whatever to like trap these guys. So it was kind of funny to me that they use like the stereotypes of women, you know, and all of that, but it wasn't what you thought it was.
Yeah.
It's like in a cool way.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was like they were using it to their advantage. And the fact that, you know, some men can, you know, have not so great motives and they turn it against them. So I thought that that was pretty cool. But yeah.
I liked it. I did. I don't know. I think I just went into it expecting that Sam was going to be involved in each story and that each story was going to have somebody that didn't have that Halloween spirit.
I thought
guess.
he was gonna be like the main character for some reason.
Mhm.
Yeah.
In my mind.
I mean, that's totally understandable because like when you go out and you see people that like the movie, it's all Sam stuff. I mean, like, you know, Spirit Halloween sells all kinds of Sam stuff. And granted, they didn't sell Sam or any kind of trick or treat stuff until just a couple of years ago, even though, you know, it's been out since 2007. So it kind of took a while for it to get the following it has, but boy, it has a big following now. A lot of people like it. Yeah. It was funny because before they had like actual like merchandise and stuff for it, you know, the sucker that they have. Let's see. Hold
I
on
know
one
you used
second.
to have one. I remember you had
I do have one. Like I was saying, you know, when the movie first came out, there wasn't anything that you could really buy because they didn't have any like licensed products and stuff like, you know, they do now. But there were some people that would make things. Now you can buy all kinds of stuff. You can even buy one of the suckers at Spirit Halloween, I think. But a couple of years ago, I wanted a sucker so bad. I was like, God, that'd be really cool if they made them. And there is this YouTuber that I still follow. His name is Anthony Rapino. And I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but he goes by Candy Corn Apocalypse. And then for a while, he was making suckers.
Those are so cute.
Yeah. And I mean, they turned out really cool. And, you know, I'm really happy that I bought it when I did. It was a little dusty, but, you know, I think it's really cool. And I actually like this one, I think more than, you know, the ones that you can get at Spirit, because I don't know if you can see, but it looks like an actual sucker.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it like resin?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
I love it.
I remember when we were at the mall and we were walking. I think I was like younger and we went into Hot Topic and they had a mystery bag thing of a bunch of like different horror movies and stuff. And you saw that there was a Sam one and you were like, oh my gosh, I need this.
Oh, like the little keychain. Like,
yeah, something.
Yeah,
like
mystery bags. Yeah.
Yeah, and because I don't think there was like a whole lot of Sam stuff still like at that point. And I had been pretty good at feeling around for Legos and stuff. So I think you had me try and help you with that.
Yeah, I got to use your superpower for my, you know.
It's totally cheating, but
for my toy hunting. Didn't I have you do that recently too? Oh, it was for the Lego minifigs.
Yeah, for the Muppets ones.
it's
Mhm.
totally cheating. But
It's not cheating.
But she's good at cheating.
it's cheating.
Yeah.
I still ended up with 3 Swedish chefs though.
If you
so
let me go through all of them, I could have told you that it was.
that's fine. But yeah. So I really like this movie. It's something that I watch every year. I usually watch it on Halloween, but this is close enough. Halloween's in a couple of, well, this will be released on Halloween
Ooh,
morning,
happy
but technically it's a couple of days before Halloween, so it's close enough though.
Halloween's what, Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Monday? It's on
Yeah.
Monday.
Monday, but I'm sure like everybody's doing stuff on the weekend, but yeah, it's Monday.
Party.
So
Yeah.
let's see your Halloween sweaters. It looks like you guys dressed for the occasion.
Yes, we have Halloween vests, sweater vests.
I love them. Oh, cute.
Mine have little pumpkins and candy corn on them. And then it says trick or treat.
Oh,
I can't stand up, but they have different faces on them.
Yeah.
Is it sparkly?
Yeah, it has like little beaded accents in it.
Man, have you seen how much Halloween sweaters go for online, like on resale stores?
I think
We got these from a thrift store.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah, that's
together it
the
was
best
like
place to find
$12.
them.
Or
It had to be less than that. It was
Yeah.
like one of those like kind of dingy-ish thrift stores that
Yeah.
is just like stuffed to the max with things.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Off the side of a highway.
That's
It
the
was
best
that
place to go. Like on Depop and Poshmark and stuff, they go for like $50.
They
for
have
the
some other ones. We went there like 2 days ago. They had some more
it was like
that were similar to this, but they were
It
not
was-
as cute.
yeah, it was also like smaller in size.
Like for children.
I don't know.
Mhm.
And I thought it was small, but yeah, they we didn't end up getting that one.
I like this one. I'm gonna wear it every year.
Yeah,
Those are cute. I am jealous. I have one Halloween sweater, but even though it started to rain here, I can't wear sweaters right now. It's so like I'm dying right now in this room, even though it's not that it's too warm. It is too warm for October, and I hate it.
yeah.
It's warm here. It's getting like foggy.
It's like 75 degrees today.
Oh, see, it's
No,
warmer there
Yeah,
than
I
it
was
is
in
here.
Singapore when I was on the phone with my grandma.
Oh, not when we went on a walk.
Yeah,
That was nice. It was like 60s.
it's getting cooler in the morning and cooler at night, but
Mhm.
during the day it's about the same. It's just lame.
Halloween
when
was
Ben
supposed to be in the 50s.
What was it? I remember when my Aunt Shannon moved to Portland for the first time. It was the first Halloween that she was there. I mean, she's been here years now, but I was getting Bella's costume stuff ready for Halloween, and she asked me, she's like, well, it's supposed to rain on Halloween. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, you can't go trick-or-treating. And I'm like, Aunt Shannon, this is Oregon. I was like,
Yeah.
it rains all the time. And I'm like, if we didn't do anything when it rained, we wouldn't do anything ever. It's like it always rains on Halloween. And she's like, oh.
I always remember it as raining
Mhm.
or like pretty
Halloween.
cold.
Yeah, the one year that it wasn't cold or rained was the year that you were Rocky Raccoon.
Where I
felt so-
had like a warm costume. Yeah.
I felt so bad for her, Haley. When we were making her costume, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. Because especially when you're in places where it's really cold or rainy during Halloween. I remember being a kid and I would hate having to wear my coat over my costume. I was like, nobody's going to know what I am. And it sucked. But when she wanted to be Rocky Raccoon, I was like, oh, cool. She can wear her clothes underneath her fursuit and she won't have to wear a coat because she'll be warm. But for some reason, it was warm that Halloween. And she went to a couple of houses and she's like, I'm too hot. I want to go home. And I was like, so sorry. It felt so bad. She's like, I'm so sweaty.
I think.
Maybe I will post a picture here
Oh, please
of
don't.
your Rocky Raccoon costume.
Oh, please don't.
That would be fun.
I think my favorite costume that you and Aunt Shannon helped make was the dragon costume.
That was like the first mask I made you.
Yeah, you did a really
You should
cool
just
job.
post like a timeline.
Please don't. Please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
The mermaid one you did was pretty cool too. Or I guess
Yeah, because so my Aunt Shannon, she would like sew the actual like costume parts of it because I don't sew. And then I would do like the masks or like the accessories for it and stuff. But yeah. I remember when I was making the Rocky Raccoon mask, I pulled out a big I think it was a box for like Grandpa's Coke, like his soda that he would get. And I like pulled it apart and she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm making the mask." And she's like, "I just don't see it. What are you doing?" I was like, "Don't worry about it." And then I
It's just the
stapled it,
process.
paper mache it, painted it, glued some fur on it. She's like, "Oh my God." She thought I did not see that at all. She's like, "It looks fine. No, it looks great." And I was like, "Yeah, I know what I'm doing. It's fine."
yeah. She's really good at making masks and stuff.
Thank you.
I could imagine.
Thank you.
This
But-
is how she wanted to be held for the entire thing.
That's okay. I don't mind if you hold her during the videos.
Hey, don't eat her hair, dude.
She's a spoiled baby. Oh.
Yeah, she doesn't like me,
Yeah. Which is fine.
Maybe she just knows that Bella's easier to pull one over on and she can get what she wants from Bella. Like that. But so overall, I think we're going to start doing this too at the end of these if you are okay with it, doing others. But overall, would you recommend this movie to people for Halloween?
For Halloween, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
for Halloween.
it's a very Halloween themed movie, and it talks about Halloween spirit. I think it's a good holiday movie.
I would recommend watching it like twice.
Yeah.
I agree. That is a good point, Haley. Yeah. Definitely watch it a couple times because you'll catch stuff that you might have missed the first time.
Yeah. And it's not too scary, so
No, I don't think so.
no, it's
I mean, granted, there's some gore in it, so if people don't like gore, then, just what are you doing watching scary movies, I guess? I don't know. It's not too bad at all. Yeah, I like it.